Hello, everybody. My name is Maria Shiweda. I am Maria the Prophet. Today, I am going to share with you something extraordinary, something that made me to be scared of myself for the very first time in my life. It happened in the year 2016, some in the last month of the year 2016. So now I had just came back to the state, and I all I needed was to rest. So I rented a room, and just a few minutes into that room, I didn't even get to do anything around the room yet, not even to see the room, how it looked like. I didn't even get to do that yet. I was sitting, I remember I was sitting facing the wall, the side of the wall. Uh, all of a sudden, I was witnessing something. The wall itself, where I was facing, it was bending inwards into the room. And before I know, a fire cross entered the room. People, there was no time to be scared. There was no time to do anything else. That was the event of the time, and it was there. There was nothing I could do about it. Before I know, I don't know now how I shifted from that side of the bed because I was sitting facing the wall where the cross just came out of. And now, all of a sudden, it felt like, um, I don't know, it felt like just a shift. But then I found myself on the other side of the bed. I'm awake. I wasn't sleeping. I was awake. I just got into that room. So this time I'm like on the leg side of the bed. So before I know, through my own eyes, my own ears, my nose, my mouth, they were coming rays of fire, like rays of fire. And the thing about it is, I was seeing through them, I was hearing through them. As I'm breathing, I could yet see that, uh, like what I was breathing that same fire, blood fire, liquid fire. I don't even know how to say it. That's what I was breathing. And my mouth, the one that was coming off my mouth, I guess because the mouth is bigger than all the orifices on the face, it was huge. And then some type of sword, I can't really explain. And before I knew what I was seeing, the distance, I realized the distance, because at this point I started now fighting some people at a very distance. I was seeing them. They are hundreds and hundreds of miles away, and I'm fighting them, and I'm seeing them, hearing them at the same time, and I could still see my own clothes like this. So I was in the natural and in the spirit at the same time. People, that part of fighting didn't scare me much, but the rays that were coming out of my eyes, my ears, my nose, my mouth, that thing scared me. It was my very, very first time ever seeing something like that. And the fire cross, I don't even know how to say it. I don't know how to describe it. And I do think, the thing is, I don't know what brought this about. I just knew that I was at the West Coast. I attended a conference there, but I also know that before I went there, I was a whole lot of events were taking place, and I was finding myself in this dark realm, the realm that, just imagine it's about to rain. That thing, those dark clouds that only happens maybe every 2 years or every 5 years. Um, in real life, like that. So that dark realm, I was going into that dark realm quite a bit, uh around that time. So, but I don't really know which one brought uh, about this at all. And I've been watching Emmanuel TV and then singing and all that. So before I knew, now I'm on the other side of the bed, and then I'm fighting this, and then like I cleared everything now. There came this shift. I just felt like it's a shift, like a notch. You just went like up one notch, like that. As soon as that happened, now I have a sword in my hand, in my right hand. And the sword, the kind of sword, and I'm talking about here, the kind of sword I'm talking about here, I don't really know how to describe it. But the environment, I was seeing it was a crowd of people, but I don't know now where I was standing, because I'm looking at these multitudes of people. I mean, multitudes. It's nothing you've ever seen yet. And as I started with this sword that I had in my hand, in my right hand, it started like from the center, right? And as it was cutting fast already, but as it completed, it felt like as it completed one circle, it cut even faster. It increased in speed, and that just kept happening like that. And I'm watching this thing moving so fast, faster than my eyes could keep up with, actually, like that fast. It's not something you have seen before. So then the environment itself, if you go to emmanueltv.com, the current one, now remember at that time they had the old website look. Yes, so I'm talking about the current one. This is what I saw in 2016. I saw this very current one that we are using now, that they are using now. So that's how the environment looked like, and just exactly like that. The only thing that was different then was the crowd was extremely big. It wasn't that one is not the crowd yet that you see on Emmanuel TV. What I'm talking about here is multitudes of people. It's not something you like have seen before. It's not something you can imagine to see that many people at one place at the same time. But the thing about it, that sword, the kind of sword that I'm talking about here, the speed of the sword, for it to be operating with that, like, uh, the crowd was so big, vast, wide, but the that sword completes it like in a very short amount of time. It's so fast. That's how fast it was. So, but that part, the second part of where I have the sword, that part didn't scare me. I wasn't scared. The part that scared me is the part where the cross came into my room. Yeah, that part scared me. And even afterwards, I started thinking about it. I was there was fear in me. I was scared. Like, how can me see that? And the thing about it is, I was participating in it. So that's the part that kinds of that is shocking. And like this one now for the sword, I was participating in it. As that is cutting, my arm is moving like that, but I don't know now how to describe it to you. It was an active vision. That's what I call active visions, for me, because I really don't have a better word. I have those type of visions, and I have the ones that I will just be watching. Um, like the environment changes, but I'm watching something and just looking, just kind of like, maybe like, if I ask what happened to something, then to get the information, I'll be looked it will be shown to me how something happened. So that one I call it like just an open vision. But this one here for the sword, that was an active vision. And the majority of the time, in like what is normal to me, like I do get to dream, but that the year 2017, I have asked God to so that I don't dream, because when I dreamt some, it's like even if it was a dream that was almost like positive, it would be followed by something negative, then I'll be fighting again. So I asked God, I did not want to dream again. So this is how I guess he just kept me in all these active visions. So it really happens like anytime, any day, anywhere, at any place. It doesn't have like, I don't have to do anything to get it. And it's just like, so I don't get to miss anything. It doesn't matter whether I'm doing something or not doing something, that information, it overrides everything. I could be on this computer just typing, and it's just my hands that are typing. This information will still come in, and even if I'm talking, that information will still come in. I still have to know. So that kind of things happens that way to me. So yeah.